Yo, what's up? Went down to get my coffee and come back, and it's a good sign. Looks like there's some fish on. So let's get this started. This is obviously Russian Fishing 4, my favorite fishing game. All right. So I think before I went down to get my coffee, it was still daylight. So I guess that took a little longer than I realized. Let's go ahead and get these fish in, and then I was going to go ahead and re-spod because I'm using the. Well, I'll show you in a minute. I'm using the 5. Is that a Crucian trophy? This has been happening a lot to me. It's not even a trophy. What am I saying? It's been happening a lot at Amber recently, more than it used to. Maybe it's because lately we've been using so many more setups with corn instead of double boilies. Let's go ahead and get some actual light here. This is also something small. Not a great sign. We're off to a bit of a weird start. It is a tench, isn't it? Man. Crucian followed by a tench. Has something happened here? Something going on here? We are at 67, 157. Which, if you're not familiar with Amber, it's here on the map. This is basically peg 1. And we're aiming at that island over there at clip 35. Sort of at the edge of the, not the island, edge of where the land goes to. Oh, crap. Yeah, that's not what I meant to pick up. And let me show you what I have on here. But first, let me re-spod. I want to get a second spot in. This was, we're using the Spod Rocket thing that only does a 5-piece spod, so I want to go ahead and get a second one in the water. So bait wise, right now what we're doing is this is the one rod that we didn't have a fish on, and I would expect this one to be a little slower. I'm hoping that this spot on Amber will be able to handle a double boilie setup. We've got a 20 and a 16 garlic mussels with mussels dip, and we've got this spicy mussels PVA we're using. This is also the same thing that we have in our spod, but it's got a hemp seed base with mussel, spicy garlic mussel sauce. I've been using this one at Amber, I don't know, pretty recently. It's one of the, what's the other one? The Mussels and Mussels, I think I called it. We basically, maybe that wasn't what I called it. Mussels All the Way is one of them. I might have run out of the other one. I did have mussels and something else, but this is another sort of mixture we've been using lately. Basically, the moral of the story, we've been doing a lot of stuff with mussels lately at Amber. Other stuff as well. I mean, you know, caviar, oysters. A lot of the fishy things seems to have been really good lately. We have been on a fishy kick, not so much a fruity kick at Amber lately, at least in my experience, which has been somewhat limited. I mean, I've not been spending as much time in RF4 as I usually do. Just kind of chilling, you know, kind of at that place where I need a specific reason to get excited. Actually, the other day I was thinking about starting a new leveling series, and then I just decided I didn't feel like it was quite time for that. I'm afraid this is going to be another small fish, just kind of with that weird way it's pulling. It is. So what's going on here? We're using a large one hook, 20 boilies, size 20 boilies, and corn. And we are still just getting like crucians and tench. This is so strange. I'm going to give it a little bit longer. I tell you what we're going to do is we're going to give it into morning when it's actually daylight and see if that seems to change anything here for us. But yeah, very strange first 3 fish here at Amber. we might start experimenting with some stuff on the fly here. Again, if we don't get a bite on the first ride, like by 8 or so in the morning, we probably have to back off of that. This spot may not be able to support double boilie at the moment, at least not with a 20 mixed in there. And that's not even double 20. I mean, you know, if it's a spot's really good, usually you'll use, a lot of times you'll use double 20 boilies. But I'm just not sure this spot can handle that right now. And this is 67, 157. I wanted to see, because I think 124 may still be stubbornly poking his head back up as a decent spot. Let me see if that's the case. 124.66 may be the better spot right now. Last time I streamed RF4, I felt like 124.66 was the better spot, but I think we've at least got a carp here. We do. So I think we wait till morning and see how this spot is actually doing. And then I think we switch over to 124.66. This spot is, this is just too slow and too much small stuff. I kind of want to try these exact same baits except at 124.66. I actually forgot that. If I had remembered that, I probably would have started over there. But sure enough, last week when I streamed, let's see, what days did I stream RF4 last week? Thursday and Friday night. And Friday night we did that going for like smaller fish during that comp. But Thursday, sure enough, I did carp fishing here at Amber. And it actually went pretty well over at 124. So I don't know if that's still the case, but I'd be curious to try it. I've actually almost talked myself into just straight up moving over there, but let's give this a little bit more time. It could just be that we needed to give the PVA a chance to start working. That is a really nice mirror. You know, to go crucian, tench, crucian, and then hit a mirror like that, it's very interesting. Okay, so this is a carp, but it's a small one. Another mirror. All right. And the only difference in the second and third, I know I showed you the first with the two pop-up bullies. The only difference in the second and third is we've got Muscles 20 with green corn, Muscles green corn, and this one has Muscles 20 with the Craft mussel corn. So besides that, everything is going to be exactly the same here. So it looks like today, earlier, a mirror carp trophy was caught over at 124.66. And it looks like they were using the same PVA I'm using, except instead of the hemp seed flour base, they went back to the more traditional corn flour base, which is fine, which makes sense. I mean, a lot of these recent PVAs have had corn flour as their base, so that makes sense. But it still has the like mussel and spicy garlic stuff with mussel attractant. I was looking in the regular RF4 Discord. Another mirror. Oh. So, fish of the week is going to be sturgeon, huh? Hmm. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know about that. Oh, first bite on our first rod. Another decent one on the middle rod. To be fair, this spot, once it warmed up with PVA in the water, has become a little more acceptable, I would say. Very strange in the beginning with those crucians and tench, but we're now doing okay, I'd say. Oh, that's a nice, well, you know, the friction brake's going to be probably low, like a 16 or something, because I'm thinking if that's the first fish I've caught, I may not have remembered to push it up when we put it in the water. 13 kilo mirror. Let's see what it's at here. Yeah. That's just a friction brake problem. Thought that was a barbel for a second, but it's a common, isn't it? Okay. Let's do this. Let's go ahead and move. That way I can show you a little bit of both spots. And hopefully we'll get over there while it's still morning and have a chance to see a couple decent fish while we're still making this vid. Sorry about that. Okay. So we do have a little bit of a ride here. Let's just make sure nothing qualifies for anything. Don't think it will. And we actually had a common carp order that just fell off. So, all right, let's go get a little bit of time in over at this this other spot. A little farther away, unfortunately, but it's not too bad. And this is probably the spot I should have fished at from the beginning, but I love that peg 1 spot when it's going well. And it might have been okay. I really think a lot of places at Amber recently have required some patience to kind of get them activated and going. So that spot seemed to be picking up nicely. It may have been fine. But while we were fishing there, I was just reminded of the bite rate we had over here. Now, we were using different baits than what I'm going to be using this time, but it still may be pretty active. Garlic and mussels seem to be pretty good across several spots at Amber right now. This is us, right? Just around this corner. Okay, we're actually staying at the same clip. Which is 35. That's way too hard. What are we aiming for? Just kind of straight out here. Might not be quite hard enough. It was not. Right about there. Okay, let's let that sit for a bit. And we'll toss it again, see if we can't get some quick action over here. Okay. That should do it. Well, So first, a nibble. All right, seems legitimate. Took a little while to get that first bite, but let's see if it does pick up now. It's a linear, interesting. Did we find the crucians again? Actually, is that a tench? Oh, that's a... Is that a really small rare carp? I think that's the smallest rare I've ever seen. Seriously. It's a little better size here. It's just swimming back and forth here. Get over here, fella. Another linear. So the double boilie setup didn't take quite as long on this spot as it did the other one to finally get a little bit of something going. Is that a barbel? That's a barbel. It's a good sign. It's always nice when you can supplement your silver with some barbel. It's one of the benefits of using corn. You tend to see a higher percentage of barbel if they're active in that spot, usually on fishy stuff. Okay, we're at 30 minutes now. We'll go a little bit longer. See if we can't sniff out another rare or something fun here. I mean, it's the middle of the day, and I feel like the bites are already starting to pick up. Been pretty decent. So I'd say this spot, early impression is this spot feels like it still might be worth checking out. Huh. I'd never heard of dash panel before. So that's sort of like for VR or for extra monitors, like if you're playing a racing game. Interesting. Never knew about that. Now it feels like the middle of the day, right? We only had 10 minutes downtime when we moved spots. That's pretty quick. It's not on there yet. Got a nibbler. Hmm. I think that I've been casting like right out there, which I think is a little bit slightly to the right from where I usually cast. I mean, I think I probably normally cast about there. I doubt it makes much of a difference, but what is up with this like horror game that people have been playing? Phasmophobia or something? Several people on my Steam friends list have been playing that lately, it seems like. Okay, well, I don't know. It's let's try to get one or two more fish here. It's disappointing that that first rod, that nibble, never turned into an actual fish. Best case scenario, I guess this is a barbel would be best case. Nope. Small mirror. Or to be fair, we've seen a lot of linears here too, but that is a mirror. Yeah, I've been casting like there. That's where we spotted, so we'll keep it there for now. I don't know what else is like really active. Like Tunguska probably is fairly healthy. Corey's had some bream lately. Berg has had some bream lately. Volkov trolling maybe. But I think Amber's been in an okay place lately. I think you just have to be patient. I've seen a lot of like nice rares, a high percentage of trophies overall from people. So I think Amber's worth checking out, but it may just take a little more time to get going than I have the patience for one of these sort of shorter videos. Plus, we did move here in this spot to kind of start it off, like as we were moving into the slowest part of the day. All right. Very likely our final fish here. With a fish that size, you almost want it to be a barbel. That's actually a decent one. Starts getting up to pretty decent silver on that size. Okay. Let's put this video out of its misery. We've gotten some fish. We saw one tiny rare fish, barely a marker, which I didn't even know a 500 gram common carp ghost would be a marker. That's weird to me, but got to try a couple different spots using garlic and mussel variety of double boilie, mussel and corn varieties. Seems like it's working okay. If I stay, I'll probably try some other things. Mix in caviar or oyster boilies, see if those can get going a little better. But as always, thanks for watching. Let me know how your fishing's going, especially if you've had any time at Amber lately. I think from in our Discord, seems like some folks have been doing quite nice over the last few days. But I appreciate you being here, and I will see you soon. Thanks again.